Hey everybody, it's Queen Jelly and welcome back to the Toy Box. Today we are going to be opening Bridget from the Descendants Rise of Red series. I was waiting to make this video because I wanted to do it because this is Young Queen of Hearts. I wanted to get the Deluxe Queen of Hearts doll and also unbox them together. All of a sudden people started posting that they got their Queen of Hearts dolls. And I guess apparently I missed her drop, so now the only way that I can find her right now is Target pre-order to not come in for a couple months. So I want to go ahead and unbox her now, and then we'll just do a separate one for the Queen if I get her, which I still want to do. I have not watched the fourth movie. Actually, I've seen the first two. I haven't seen the third or fourth one yet, and I wanted to watch them, but I wanted to open my Bridget doll first, so I could watch it with her, essentially. I know it's just one of my things that I do, and so, like, I wanted to open her up first. So I do not know anything about the movie at this time, but that is because I'm opening her first, and then I'm gonna watch the movie. As for the one I was just messing with and all of these back here, this Bridget doll is actually my first Descendants dolls that I've bought in store. I was not a doll collector, nor was I watching the Descendants series when they first released. Like I said, I have watched the first and second one. In my opinion, plots are kind of convoluted and really don't make any sense at all, but the costume design is where it's at, and visually they're just really pretty movies, and they're a lot of fun. Like I said, if you really think too hard about the storytelling, it makes zero sense. You can see they are all in pretty rough shape back here. These are all thrifted. That's what I mean by Bridget is the first one that I've bought in stores. The rest of these have all come from various times at the thrift store. So I think Evie came as she was. This, I don't remember her name, but Daughter of Aurora came as she is. Again, I haven't seen the movie that she is from. And then this, I believe, is Uma. I actually have thrifted two Umas now. This is the first body that I thrifted, but the second one that I thrifted came with the clothes, so I gave the clothes to this one because I'd already redone her hair. And then this Evie came in a big lot that I had no idea what was in it. It was just a big tub just filled with dolls. So she came in there, but she was completely naked, so I just gave her some spare clothes that I had around. Unfortunately, she doesn't even have a ring or anything, but she does have her veil. And then this prince came, I believe he came with his clothes, but I think that these are shoes I got from a different Ken. But I don't remember because it's been a while that I've had this one. I don't know if these are the two that go together in that pack, but she did come from a 2-pack with Prince Charming. We are actually here for Bridget, so we will go ahead and take a look at her. We can see in the box kind of has this little hump heart shape, which is really cute. It's kind of like half a heart. And the movie is Rise of Red. It's about how Bridget turns into the Queen of Hearts and her daughter's attempt to go back and change things. Up here it says Bridget, Young Queen of Hearts. And then on the back it says bubbly, generous, sugary sweet, and the kindest soul you'll meet. And then obviously she becomes, a big villain. So that's kind of what the story's about. Which again, I haven't seen this movie specifically, but just the idea of starting off as really kind and sweet and then something happening and then becoming really like harsh and angry at the world is honestly something that I can relate to in ways I wish that I didn't. I like this detail here on the side with the hearts, and then this lightning bolt type design over here, and then we have another picture of Bridget down here, and I think that's about it for the box. So
we'll go ahead and open it up. These seem to have that Mattel easy to open package. Also, I'm noticing that the trademark is just a Mickey head. They're literally they're like, you know what it is. We don't need to explain to you that it's Disney. It's just a Mickey head, and that's good enough. Oof, that one got my finger a little. Okay, so we have a second layer inside apparently. So we still have those easy tabs, but then we have another layer of them. Let's see if we can. I think at this point we should be able to. Maybe. This is a very interesting unboxing, so I'm kind of glad that I'm recording this because I can't see that I've seen one like this that has just tabs everywhere. Okay. So now we're separating the front part. There we go. And that's off. And then I guess we could continue pulling these tabs out and it would release this plastic piece here. And then she is tied in. Oh, that actually really got my finger there. She is tied with those plastic tags like the collector dolls are. So instead of being like rubber bands or anything like that, it's all these little plastic stays that essentially you could, if you do it correctly, you could undo them and then put them back in. So you can literally rebox this doll super easily. That's kind of interesting. Like, I didn't think that these were like that collectible. That they would get don't want to cut that. We don't have to. The stupid, she still has a plastic ties in the back of her head because I can't figure out how to roll past those yet for some reason. It's the funniest thing because, like, I still, like, when I find thrifted dolls, a lot of the time, I end up cutting rubber band, it's fine. It's hard to tell what's rubber band and what's not. There's a cupcake.
As you can see, because we just opened it, it does not come with a stand, so I have my Amazon stands here. So I took a quick pause to put a Band-Aid on that. It's a little bit thicker paper cut. Like, it's not the end of the world, but it's just enough to be annoying. We have our Bridget here. She does come with a cupcake. It is light pink. So it looks like a vanilla cupcake in a light pink wrapping with a light pink frosting and a little kind of darker pink, almost plum colored plate. She does have really nice jointing, so she should be able to kind of balance it a little bit if you really want her to. I mean, I probably will just use rubber bands to kind of stabilize it, but there you go. She can technically hold it that way. It doesn't have any, like, you know, connector pieces or anything to actually keep it on her hand, but she can hold it if you balance it right. Up at the top, she has her hair, which is gelled, but that's okay because she has these really big ringlet curls, so that's why. Like, it has a reason, so it's fine, but it will probably be much softer after a wash, because, like, I can't even, like, tell, like, what kind of hair it is because there's just so much gel. It isn't rock hard or anything, like, I can squish it, so it's not, like, super bad, but it just means that, like, the gel makes the texture of the hair, so I can't really tell what it feels like underneath. She does have this really cute hair clip here. Let's do our zoom. It is kind of a heart shape made out of flowers. Obviously there's no painted details, but it does appear to be a clip that can be added and removed potentially. It is just, oh yeah, it's a slip clip. So it slips on and off, but it is rubber banded right now, so it stays in her hair, which is nice. I will be leaving those rubber bands on. And then we have this really pretty face. I think they did a wonderful job with the face molds this time. I think they look, you know, as close to as the actors as you can get, especially because, you know, I know modeling after people, one, is just hard in different scale, but two, obviously, like, the more closest to their likeness you use, you know, the different copyrights and stuff you have to do because, you know, people own the copyright to their own face. But obviously, like, when you're a character, like, that model becomes, you know, your character. So it's a whole complicated thing that I really don't know that much about. I just know a little bit about it because of, like, the Barbie movie. Like, Margot Robbie's the only one that was essentially contracted / like, she's the only one that they can model after. The other ones, they just have to use face sculpts that they already have that are kind of similar. Although the new Ryan Gosling doll, or the new Ken doll, for the Barbie anniversary set looks a lot like him. And so I don't know if they got his rights or they just used a different sculpt than they did last time, but I don't know. It, to me, at least, looks a lot more like Ken in the movie than the original ones did. It's also a collector set, so that could also have to do with it. But anyway, I'm getting way off topic again. We do have this light pink eyeshadow. It's 2 tones of pink, of course, as everything else, just like her hair has these, like, 2 tones of pink, like a light pink and a darker pink. And then she, of course, has pink lips. I know it seems like a lot when you're looking at, like, it as a doll design, but when you're looking at it as a character design, especially, like, looking at the character designs from this movie, they're very color coded. I mean, but that's just something that we see very typically with Disney, especially with, you know, children's media. It's so that they're easy to merchandise and they're easy to dress up as, which is something that, you know, kids and adults like myself like to do. So it's a lot of one color, but it's for a reason, and I don't mind it. It's just funny doing a review going, and it's pink, and it's pink, and it's pink. But we do have this really cute jacket. So there's not really any detail on this side, but this side we do have some printing. So we have some flowers here, and then we have this kind of pattern here. It's not, I'm not really seeing anything, maybe just some, like, flower designs in it. It does have this ruffle. The ruffle does go all the way around, but only this panel has the printing on it. The rest is blank, which because this shoulder is also blank, I don't mind the powder not going around the back. Now, if this both fronts looked like this and then the back looked like this, I would have a little bit more issue with it not being finished around the back. But the fact that it's kind of this like asymmetrical design, it doesn't bother me as much. And then let's go ahead and slip the jacket off because we want to see this beautiful design underneath. We have this gold necklace. It does have a painted heart here in the center. I actually thought that that was a hole going to her dress, but that's actually painted right there. And then this little like teardrop shape up top. Very cute. And then we have these really cute puff sleeves, which you couldn't see under the jacket. And then this little ribbon around the arm right there. And then we have this double heart shape, which does also have that same flower pattern up here in the corner. So a little heart and then a bigger heart outside of it. We have our gold chain belt around here with a lot of little charms hanging off of it. A lot of little heart details. I know it's not wanting to focus very well, but there's a little heart here, and these are little heart chains, and then more solid hearts, and then some gold and red hearts. Like, I love that it's not a lot, but there's just enough painted detail to make it, you know, stand out. But it's not so much that obviously it would make it super expensive and hard to produce. It's just like little touches here and there, and I think that's a really smart way to do it. And then again, we have this little like asymmetrical shape going on over here with then these ruffles sticking out the bottom. And then we have these hearts that are kind of every couple of boxes, and there's these little silver boxes around the ruching. Unfortunately though, the dress is not finished in the back. It is just solid pink, which is a little bit of a bummer, but I'm not surprised from Mattel. Although again, we've seen the quality that they can do with Monster High that does go all the way around, so you know, but again, it's not as big a deal with the jacket. When the jacket's over it, it's not as easy to tell. I just wish that this ruffling had gone around the back, because the rest of it can be solid pink because that kind of fits the rest of it. It doesn't need printing up here. I just wish that the ruffles kind of went across a little bit more into like this side. Overall, not bad. And again, it's a very simple dress, so having a simple back isn't the end of the world. And most of the time you don't see the dolls from the back anyway. Then we have her tights, which does appear to have a little bit of gapping underneath her, because you can see here's the bottom of the tights here, and then here is her crotch. So they could just have slid down in packaging. Or is that LOL? Okay, there is still the gapping, just not as bad as I thought there was. So here's the gap, and then there's the actual doll. It does appear maybe molded on underwear, not printed on. But it is a very, very light, almost skin tone pink for her tights here. Leggings, they only go into the boots, but that's fine because they did appear to be tights because they go all the way to the end of the boots, and that's all I ask for, because I understand that they cut these because they are hard to get inside the shoes and get the shoes on and off with tights. I get that, but if you're gonna do that, at least do it where the end of the tights go right into the top of the boots, and not these weird, like, I hate when they do them like up here, but they're supposed to be tights. Like, at least make them connect like this. So I don't mind that. Lots of little red hearts all over it. And then we come down to her boots, which does appear to be at least an altered mold, because of this little heart right here. Otherwise, they're just kind of like little ankle boots, and all red. No printings at the bottom. Very cute overall. Yeah, I'm actually genuinely happy with her. I think she's a really nice overall design. I think, again, fairly simple, but like that's all that she needs to be. She doesn't need to be anything super intense. And again, this is a core doll. I got mine from Walmart. I believe she was $25. If they come in the box shaped like this one, I believe they're about $25. And then I've seen the big Cinderella, the adult Cinderella, for $30. But then looked like the listings for the Queen of Hearts were $35. But it looked like the Queen of Hearts came with some accessories, where the Cinderella adult doll, the Brandy doll as people have been calling her, doesn't seem to come with accessories. So that could be that difference between the 30 and 35 price point for the deluxe dolls. I haven't been able to find the deluxe red. The only place I saw her was on Target for pre-order, which I would also have to pay shipping. So then she was like almost $40 or over $40 to buy. So I just went ahead and just I'm gonna wait on that because I'm trying to budget a little bit more in my doll spending, kind of limit it to, 1 to 2 from each collection, which is why I decided to go for Bridget and Red, because that was kind of, my two, but they were kind of like the two ends of the same character. Before we go, we should look at the articulation. But also, I really struggled to decide which one of these dolls I wanted, because I think they're all really beautiful. Even without seeing the movie or anything like that, I just think that these designs are really beautiful, and I think the detail on these dolls is really nice. She has head rotation, so she has a little bit of down, a good up, side to side. So basically a nice ball joint with basically full mobility. Her shoulders are, again, ball joint, so full mobility. Then they have an elbow joint and a wrist joint. The hip rotation, so we have front and back. So we have a good front, should be able to sit. Yeah, nice sit. And then back. Put this one in neutral so you can see. Not a super far back, but you don't really need a lot of back. And then out to the side, could be hindered by the tights, but we have just a kind of generic out to the side, not like a splits or anything. And then a knee and no ankle articulation. So obviously not like full made to move articulation, but more than the standard 5 points. I do appreciate that we have a knee and elbow articulation, and of course then the wrist is a nice topper, especially when a lot of the time the wrist articulation is just because they're removable. So if these aren't even removable and they are articulated as well, I really do appreciate that. Again, I think they put a lot of nice effort into these, and for them being a $25 price point, I think there's a lot of nice detail. Honestly, it's about what I expected from Mattel as far as the clothing detail, and then the body itself is kind of above what I was expecting for the $25 price point, especially with, the really pretty head and face up and everything like that. So I'm very, very happy with this doll overall. I think she's really pretty, and like I said, I think all the dolls in this collection are really pretty and have a lot of nice detail. So I really don't think you can go wrong with any of them in this collection. And hopefully someday I'll be able to get more of them either on sale or, like the rest of my Descendants dolls, maybe one day I'll find them thrifted. So anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye!